AAA, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Claudia Jordan says only shrimp D men go 50-50. Let's get right into it.
I can't blame all the ills of relationships in America on this last election, but I do feel like a really ugly side of misogyny has been revealed with this last election. Like, I feel like men are like going back to like pounding on their chests like cavemen about like, you know, your body, my choice, or, you know, they're like bragging or happy to kind of like suppress women. And I do feel like there is like a true gender war that's happening right now. And you see these videos popping up all over social media. I think they need to ban podcast equipment for men. No more. We have enough. I need no more of those. The market is flooded. But it's all these bad takes on relationships. And I think these men that are saying this, is it working for them? Because I do know I've been hearing that people are having less sex now. Testosterone is also down. Mm-hmm. The sex drives are down. And I don't know, it just seems like the times of like masculine, manly, sexual, just dominant, protective men, I don't see that as much. Now, I did find this little, study online, right? So on top of these men wanting to go 50-50 with you, American men have their nerve, because I looked up the average global penis size. And in the counting of the nations, guess where America ranks in penis size?
Where?
59th. We come in 59th place. Oh, I lost my penis post. Hold on.
Not the penis.
59th place with an average length. What do you think average is?
4.
Oh, wow. Really, Erica?
I don't know.
5.35 inches, right?
Okay.
That is average. Now, the country with the biggest, would you like to guess?
I'm going to go with Italy.
Italy is number 19.
Okay.
Ecuador is number 1, 6.93 inches.
Wow.
So all these men that are like, I got 9 inches, lies. Knock it off. No one on here has 9 inches. That's like freak of nature.
It's folklore.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's not folklore. It's not freak of nature. I personally have one. Okay. I'm just saying, not exactly 9, but I would say about 8.5, close enough. Okay. But it's funny because she's talking about people's D size in America. But Claudia, the men that you're going for are black, and they're not the reason why America is in number 59 on that chart. Okay. Think about it. America is what, 15%, 14% black? Right? So men, at best, we could make up 15% of that number. And so, yeah, the issue is not because of black men, not because of the men you're going for. But I do want to raise some issues here. I wrote down, I'm taking notes now, and I'm listening to the podcast because these women say so much BS, I can't keep up with it. She says men are happy to suppress women. So she keep pushing this kind of feminist agenda, this one that tells women that they're oppressed, right? But then the same breath, she says she wants to ban podcast equipment for men. Why would you want to do such a thing? You know, tell me you're a communist without telling me you're a communist. Because here's the reality of it. If you think what we're saying is so wrong, why don't you let us keep saying it? You want to ban our equipment for what? Why do you want to silence us? You know, the honest way to defeat a lie is let them continue on with their lie, right? That's how you prove a lie wrong. But you know how you actually defeat the truth? You defeat the truth by silencing it. So a lot of women want to silence podcasts, and they get this from the media talking points, right? Ban all podcast equipment. I see this all over social media. A lot of women are not original. They're not creative. So this is not her original idea. She just regurgitates what she hears online, and then she makes fun of men and their podcasts. Oh, men podcasts, ban podcast equipment for men. You want to silence us because we're telling the truth. We're telling the truth. Now, you said testosterone is down. You know why testosterone is down? It's because estrogen is up. Yeah, feminism is on the rise. That's absolutely sure. Feminism is on the rise, so a lot of men have a lot more estrogen in their body than testosterone. Okay, but hey, you're going to blame it on this whole masculinity coming back. Masculinity is not coming back. In fact, feminism is at the forefront, and we have people like you to blame. But I don't want to ban your podcast equipment. I want you to continue talking. That's why I give you a chance to talk on my channel, and I just rebuttal and rebuke everything that you're saying. Okay, and I'm actually going to let you continue. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Ecuador, Cameroon, Bolivia, Sudan, Haiti, Senegal, Gambia, Cuba, Netherlands, Zambia, and France, top 11. America is number 59. So on top of you lazy motherfuckers not want to pay bills, demanding your woman work, contribute half the money, half the bills, give this, give that, and pamper you and do all your laundry, do all the other things that you really can't put a price tag on. You're not even bringing ample peni to the relationship.
Here we are back with the peni.
We're back to the peni. I'm going to find a way to fit peni into every single episode.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Are you?
Because, yes, I am. Because I think when you say these men, I say some men.
Of course,
because,
not all.
You know, and the thing
you got the
about
one
it is-
unicorn left though in America.
Yeah, but I think ultimately what's happened is a lot of people who have felt like they've been attacked, oppressed, marginalized
Who, men?
as men. Yes.
So there's marginalized and attacked men in America?
Well, that's how they're feeling. And those minority groups are, I'm saying minority is in small number, you know.
As in 5.93 inches?
Yeah, like, I'm saying the minority groups are minority, or they're feeling like they're in a minority class, are getting louder. And that's generally what happens in an echo chamber. I think that people have felt very emboldened in, especially over the past few months, especially with the political cycle, to say things that they haven't felt comfortable or protected in saying before. And that's why it sounds so loud. I welcome everyone to have a mic. I know that we don't need to hear from everyone, but that's ultimately our personal choice, whether we want to listen to who's saying what. But for me, it's kind of the same way that I look at getting the information about what's happening in the world. I want to hear from the left, I want to hear from the right, and I want to hear straight up the middle. Because if we are silent, or if we start to ignore the minority voices or the fringe voices, then we get blindsided. And that's the reason why people are always so shocked when, you know, the election goes a certain way, or, you know, people are voting a certain way. People are shocked by that because they aren't listening to dissenting opinions.
I hear you, Erica, but I'm going to play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
Some of these voices need to be suppressed because they're idiots. And I stand by that. I'm sick of it. How dare a white, privileged male in America have the audacity to think in any way, shape, or form that he's oppressed? It really kills me with that. Like, oh, we're not getting the love, we're not getting the attention, we're not getting the privilege. You guys run the world, literally. Like, you go to countries, you take clubs, you knock people over the head, you take their land, you take their women, you take their jewelry, you take their gold, you take their silver, you take everything.
Don't forget the spices.
Oh, and
You know, Claudia Jordan, she's trying to figure out why she's single. Here it is. This is why I don't want to silence people like her. I know you want to silence us, Claudia, but I don't want to silence you. I need people to hear how stupid your thoughts are. They're dumb. And they're not original. That's what's so interesting about this. None of her thoughts are original. None of them. Oh, how dare white men say that they're oppressed. You guys rule everything. You guys go around from countries and hit people with clubs. And I understand where she's coming from with this, right? I'm not saying that she's coming out of nowhere with this, okay? But this is not modern times. We're not beating people with clubs, okay? You should have said that we got them with M16s or something, okay? And we're not stealing their women. That's for sure, okay? We might be taking their oil and their resources. I'm on with that. Or their rare earth. You know, their rare earth, right? We're doing deals with countries for their rare earth. Well, but to say that white men are not oppressed, listen, I'm not no defender of white men. But right now, you are the punching bag of the world if you're a white man. Because you were looked at as the most powerful in the world, the assumption is you can't, you know, it's okay if people bully you because you're the big bully. Okay? And so I have compassion for my white brothers, okay? I have compassion for men in general, you know, to be honest with you. But you know what else I think is interesting? I think it's funny that her co-host is actually more rational than she is, right? They're kind of like polar opposites. You know, Claudia wants to suppress voices. But then she turns around, and earlier in the conversation, I'm taking notes just so I can keep up with the lies. She says men are happy to suppress women. But it seems like you're actually happy to suppress men. So which one is it, Claudia? If it's so bad that you believe men should not suppress women, then why are you suggesting we suppress men? Please make it make sense. Are these principles we should live by suppressing the sending of voices that we don't agree with? Or is it just wrong and you only... and that's what I feel like what's going on with the feminist movement. The idea is for them to come into power so they can oppress everybody else. So if anything, based on their logic, we should really suppress feminine voices like this because they're clearly communists and they're only going to vote communist. Maybe we should take their right to vote away because they're going to just vote communism. According to what she's saying, right? This is what it sounds like. She sounds like she's going to just be a communist and vote for the next commie running for president. Okay, but her co-host is actually a lot more rational, and I'm not surprised. She's the married one. She's the younger one. She's the married one. In fact, we're going to skip a little ahead, skip around here because she actually made some good points earlier on in the podcast. And, you know, a lot of these things, you got to like watch them to understand what's going on. It's kind of complicated, and it's a little too hard to just listen to women's podcast through and through. I gotta pick and choose because they make some points and some points. So let's listen here and we will respond.
In America, there is a sense that it is very monetary. If our rent is $1,000, then we're each paying $500. And I just don't see that fitting with the current landscape that we have in this country. My husband is Canadian. He has a different type of idea of what it means to have a 50-50 household. So I don't equally share monetary responsibilities, but I definitely am in a position to make sure that his life is easier so that he can do what he needs to do for the two of us.
Well, your husband's not broke. And these are broke men conversations.
Okay.
These are broke men conversations. What are you bringing to the table? What are you going to give me? I want to live in my soft life. I want to be the princess. What are you doing for me? Why don't you court me? Why don't you open my door? Bitch, what size tampon do you use? Because at this point, it's giving, are you the woman in the relationship? I'm sorry, but this really irritates me when I hear this because I miss the times where men were really proud. I saw another video online where a man said the biggest flex is getting your woman out of the workforce, making it where she can do stuff if she wants to, not a control thing, but like I'm making enough money that you don't have to work, but I do appreciate what you do because we all understand that in most relationships, the woman is going to carry the majority of the load at home.
Yeah, I think a lot of this does come from a lack mindset as opposed to an abundance mindset. And the truth is, a lot of men come from households where their mother was the provider, where they're single parent households and the mother was the strong one. And they really anticipate that being the role of their wife and or partner or girlfriend, you know, when we're talking about heteronormative relationships. And that needs to change. I think a lot of women, it would behoove them as mothers to explain to their children, particularly their sons, that this isn't the ideal situation. This was a situation that I was forced into or circumstanced into.
Forced into or circumstanced into. Well, you know, she's still a woman, okay? So she's still not going to take accountability. Single moms are forced into single motherhood. And so the narrative, so she's saying that a lot of men, the reason why men, you know, I guess don't have abundance mindset or believe that women should go 50-50 is because they grew up in single mother's households and their mom did everything for them, so they're expecting to marry a woman that does everything for them. That doesn't make sense to me. No, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I do agree that they might have grew up in single mother households, but one, the single mom is not a single mom on accident. It's not a circumstance that just happened to her. She opened up her legs for a man she wasn't married to and became a single mom. You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're single mom. Now you're a single mom. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay? So honestly, we need to change women. That's one. Two, this idea that, you know, that women just need to teach their son something different. No, you need a father in the home. Like, I agree with I don't agree with I agree with what your diagnosis, but I don't agree with your conclusion. No, not, oh yeah, so keep growing up in single mother households, but tell men that this is just an exception. It's actually not the exception. This is the norm now. It's the norm now, okay? We know it's the norm now. But one thing I want to give her credit, let me shoot her some bill. I want to give her credit because she says that her husband, you know, pays for all the bills, but she makes his life easier. There's some value to that. There's a lot of value to that. Okay. Now back to what Claudia Jordan was saying, she's talking about how this is the broke man's convo, and she feels like it was a flex before to say that you took your wife out the market and stuff like that, and put her in the home because the woman's going to do more of the chores around the house. My question for men is, who wants a Claudia Jordan in your house, in your home? Who wants a 42-year-old woman in menopause who has a lot of sweats, right? Drive a JJ, mad attitude. Who wants to provide a life for that? Who is going to work so hard to become a high-value man just to choose a 52-year-old woman with a bunch of problems and attitude over a younger woman who will be just as happy and can give you more? This is where Claudia Jordan's, she's an idiot. She's stupid. She's dumb. I'm sorry to say it, but she really has overpriced her value. Claudia, you don't deserve any stuff you're talking about. And you want to ban men's podcasts? It's so funny. You should ban yourself. You should shut the hell up for yourself, not for me. I love it. Thank you. You're gonna make me rich. You know what I'm saying? This kind of content is gonna grow my audience. So thank you. I appreciate you. Actually, please make more videos. But for yourself, you're ruining your chances of you actually finding a husband. You are. Because you're entitled. You think that, what happened to all the good men? What happened to all the great women? What happened to all the great women? I don't see them anywhere. Your co-host is a better woman than you are. That's why she's married. You ever thought, maybe you should follow some of the stuff that she's saying? Right? Like she wants information from both sides, the left, the right, down the center, where you want to just ban everybody, oppress everyone because you believe that you're oppressed. Hey, everybody, we were enslaved, so now what we should do is enslave everybody else. And you talked about white people being the rulers of the world. Do you know one of the reasons why white people in America, the white people of the past, I don't want to say white people now, but white people of the past, one of their fears were if they freed the slaves are going to just enslave them. And that's how the evil mind thinks. The evil mind thinks is, if I don't do evil to you, you're going to do evil to me, so I got to do evil to you. And Claudia has that similar mindset. She has the mindset of the oppressor. If we give men an opportunity to speak, they're going to suppress us. So we need to suppress them. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to let this continue for a little bit, and then we're going to wrap it up.
You want something greater. To be quite honest, my husband, I say all the time, I did not marry a rich man. I married a financially responsible person. And because of that, we were able to come up with a system that worked for us. But let me be 100% honest. My husband is far more successful now than he was when we first started dating. And a big part of that was that I played a 50-50 role in ensuring that his life was so streamlined that all he had to concentrate on was going out and making bigger moves. Mm-hmm. And when it was my turn, he did the same for me.
Well, they say there's that whole thing that was trending on social media, like that black girl magic, like with the upgrading. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you made your man. I'm not saying that at all.
No, but I do think I played a part.
Well, you know what? He's not here today, so we can talk more shit. Yeah. Erica, say it. I made him.
I played a part.
I made that.
No. Viv, my mother-in-law did an
He would
amazing
be nothing
job.
Without me.
No, she did an amazing job. But I'm going to be quite honest. I do not see him on the same trajectory, the way that he has moved in the past 10 years since we've been together. Those are things that I definitely contributed to. And I don't think that he would say anything different.
I think men that have this 50-50 mentality thing when it's so down the middle, where I know, there was a conversation before with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union about 50-50 with the bills. He makes a lot more money than her. And people were like, wait, what? And I just feel like we're getting away from, listen, I know some men will probably say you can't have it both ways. Yes, I can, because why not? Wanting the chivalry. Mm-hmm. And wanting somewhat traditional roles, but then also wanting equality in the workplace. I don't think that's a contradiction. I really don't.
It's not a contradiction. But again, when we have these conversations, we're looking at it from a 360 view.
It's very much a contradiction. The idea of men earning more money and paying for everything, that makes sense. Because we earn more. But if we're equal, we should split it equally. Right? There's a reason why they say don't hit women. It's because we have a disparity of strength over women, right? A disparity of force over women. But if women were just as strong as men, let's just say God didn't make it in such a way where women were the vulnerable sex, it wouldn't matter that we hit women because they'll be equal in force and capabilities. But since we have a monopoly on force and strength, that's why it's not okay to hit women, for that reason and that reason only. It's not because women are not dangerous. Women are very dangerous and they kill men all the time. Okay? I like the fact that she said that she streamlined her husband's success to make bigger moves. And they used to go 50-50. And then when he was able to make bigger moves, make more money, then he retired her. I like that. Okay? Dumbass Claudia Jordan thinks is because black girl magic, because just having a black girl, nothing in particular, just because she's black, everything got better. And this is the nonsense that women talk about. Women, we don't respect you not because you're women. We don't respect you because of your talking points. I respect your co-host more than you, Claudia, because your co-host has better talking points. Let's just keep it a buck. It's not that your co-host is black. And, you know, you guys are both pretty average girls. Your co-host has like a bad weave. You got a bad weave. Y'all both goofy to me. Y'all both couldn't do it for me. But I do respect that she's more feminine than you, Claudia. And honestly, she's probably more feminine than she's alluding to because she don't want to embarrass you. But she is going to say her point and she's going to make her point. But a lot of this, she's going to coddle you a little bit and kind of lie. And this is what women do. Women lie to make other women feel better about being delusional, about being stupid. I guarantee, Claudia, your co-host knows exactly why you're 52 years old and single, don't have a man, okay, and can't live the life you want to live. You can't live the life you want to live. And I don't feel bad for you because you earned it. You earned it. You've been on this planet longer than a lot of people watching this video. 52 years, okay? I've been on here for 37 years. You are my elder. Have some respect for yourself. Have some respect for the podcast mic that you're talking on. Okay? Because if after 50 years of life, this is the best you could come up with. This is the best you could come up with. Right? I mean, it's unbelievable. Band podcast. You know what I'm saying? Band podcast. Broke men. Shrimp D's. I mean, it's unbelievable. And you think you can have it both ways. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have equality in the workforce, but inequality at home. It makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah, to a fool. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.